I always thought that the internet safety lessons we were taught in school were a waste of time. They made me so annoyed because I heard all their warnings a million times before. I used to hide all my online activities from my parents, constantly breaking their trust on a regular basis. I assumed I would never have to actually deal with any online predators or scams, but soon I found out that I was wrong. In 5th grade, I was introduced to an app called Funimate. It was a social media app which my parents did not like, of course, but I went against them and downloaded it anyway. As I scrolled through the app, I came across a girl's page, and when I looked through it, I was amazed to find all these beautiful art pieces. They were so amazing. The artist's drawings really spoke to me. They dealt with the exact same things that interested me, so I decided to send her a private message. Hey, I really like your art. It's so amazing. After a while, I received a reply. Thanks. I don't believe you, but thanks. Her name was Maddie. We discovered that we had a lot in common, so we started chatting every day. My dad eventually found out about this and tried to put an end to it. I was devastated. I'd been forced to lose contact with the one person in this world who I truly connected with. It felt as though my life was over. A couple of months after my dad severed contact, I received an email. Hey, it's Maddie. Solai gave me your email address. I was so happy to reconnect. My parents had forbidden me to chat with her, but of course I didn't listen. I tried to pick up where we'd left off, but something was different. I couldn't quite pinpoint it at first, but something felt wrong. I did everything I could to make her happy, but nothing seemed to help. During 6th grade, she was now struggling with thoughts, and she intentionally hurt all the time. I hated seeing her like this. I desperately wanted to help, but no matter what I did, it was never enough. She was constantly having breakdowns in class. She also started talking with someone else who she liked, so I started to get jealous. It hurt me a lot, but I got through it. Maddie's got to the point where she started to think that I was part of the blame. She would get mad at me for no reason. She demanded too much of my time and would start saying that if I didn't keep talking to her whenever she wanted me to, without me, she couldn't go on. She said that I was her only hope, the only person who made her happy. All of her problems began to weigh down on me. Like her, I was so broken. Every week it was a new fight. She would say I put words in her mouth and I was a bad friend. We would patch things up, then she'd soon become ruined once more. I told her that I loved her. I knew I shouldn't have, but I couldn't help it. I'd fallen for her, but I'd fallen too far. Every day I dreaded waking up. I hated myself, I hated my family, I hated everyone. Every little inconvenience would leave another scar. I felt as though there was no hope. My parents eventually found out that I disobeyed their orders yet again. They cut off all communication with Maddie once more. At the time, I felt like I had failed Maddie, and it would be all my fault. I hated my parents. How could they be so callous? Maddie's life depended on me, and they just stopped me from helping her. I didn't realize it at the time, but I should have been happy that they did what they did. They sent me to therapy, and after almost a whole year, everything became easier and clearer. After I got over it all, my counselor and my parents told me the reason they had to cut off the relationship. They had read our messages, and it was clear to them that Maddie was being bad to me. It's been a year now, and I can proudly say that I've healed. I've gotten a few emails from Maddie, but I always tell her that I can't talk to her anymore. There will always be a deep hole in my heart because of everything we went through together, but I know now that not being a part of her life is the best thing for the both of us. The main thing I realized after going through this experience was that you should always listen to your parents. Also, if someone is always weighing you down with their problems and not being a good friend in return, you should cut the relationship off completely, no matter how hard it seems. Internet safety lessons in school might seem lame, but they're also very important. If something feels wrong with the people you interact with on social media, you should definitely seek help right away. My experience with Maddie is one that I'll never forget. It was a journey of heavy sadness, but I learned a lot along the way. The relief that I felt at the end of it all made me feel as though a great burden had been lifted.